All right, what is good, everyone? So, you get a new bike, you gotta make a YouTube video so people can check it out, right? And so that's what I'm doing right now, and let's get into it. So, this is a Kona Wo, right there, and this wasn't really my first pick for fat bikes. I was looking at either a Specialized Fat Boy or a Trek Farley, but I couldn't find a shop that had inventory. So I obviously didn't get that bike. I got the Kona because I found one, and kind of a little backstory, I guess, is I was actually going to buy the more premium version, one with two O's. It's got a way better looking frame. It's purple. But turns out I rode both of these bikes. I rode both of them for about 15-20 minutes, and this one I actually liked better. I think part of it is because it's Shimano. I like the Shimano trigger shifters better. I just think they're just more fun to ride. I'm used to them. You know, this bike has SRAM, and I don't really care for that. I like Shimano better. You know, and that one thing I will say for the price point, I do feel like Kona kind of rips you off a little bit, but I am happy with this. It's not a 12 speed, it's only 11, but I'm really happy with the 51 tooth cassette. I think that if you're coming off an older bike like this and you get something like this, you're going to be more than happy with it. I think that, like, I was actually really impressed with how easy this bike is to ride on single track. Climbs I would never be able to do on this bike. I knocked out easily on this. It's got an aluminum fork, which I kind of think is another rip-off move from Kona. I think you should get a carbon one for $1,700. Just my opinion. But no issues. It feels light in the front. No issues, you know, really with that. It doesn't have any mounts, which to me, it doesn't matter, but I mean, if you're getting a fat bike, you're probably good chance you want to do some adventure rides with it, and you might want mounts up there, and this doesn't have it. I didn't get this bike for that. I got this for riding in the snow and for riding single track. So for me, that's not a big deal, not a deal breaker, but still, kind of think that's whack. But overall, this green, I didn't like it at first, but it is growing on me. This bike, I really do think it's pretty slick. The Burn Peak sticker I think looks awesome with the green. You know, it's got, you know, a little touch there, you know, like the stem cap is pretty cool. The saddle, I will say, usually the saddle's the one thing I change other than the pedals on almost every bike I get. And this saddle I absolutely love, and I like it so much I'll probably end up buying another one of these, because I'm gonna get another mountain bike in the springtime. And if I don't get a Kona, I'm probably gonna look at figuring out just buying the saddle, because this saddle I really like. Other than that, I got the Race Face Chester. I ride flats. When I mountain bike, I think that if you ride clips, that's fine. To me, that just takes away from the fun factor of riding single track. And I would rather be able to get my foot off and be able to go through turns faster. And I think for me, flats make me a faster rider when I'm on a mountain bike. On a road bike, different story. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but it does have through axles in the front and the back, and I'm thrilled that I finally have a bike that has that. So there it is. This is the Kona. This is the Kona Wo, and I think it's pretty slick. I'm happy with it. You know, like I said, it's 2020. It's coronavirus, so my options on bikes were pretty limited. But you know what? I do like this bike, and I don't have any issues with it. I'm happy I bought it. But I will say, once again, that Kona, you know, I think Konas are just, they have a little bit of cool factor to them. but at the same time, I feel like they rip you off a little bit. I feel like this bike should have been a $1,500 bike and not a $1,700 bike. That's just me. You know, a couple $100 to me isn't a huge deal breaker. I'd rather spend a little bit more and have a bike than not have a bike. So there it is. I'll probably come back, and you know, if anything drastically goes wrong with this, I'll obviously come back and I'll make another video about it. But the only issues I've had so far is these zip ties have broke, which isn't a big deal, but just is what it is. So, all right, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it. See ya.